welcome back to another episode of Riverbend Springs. I think we've kind of finally figured out what to do, and we are using two different bits of software to do this video. So we're using back to GeForce Experience to do the video, and the voices through Audacity. It's going to be a bit of messing about trying to time it right and kind of match up the sound to what we're doing. But we'll kind of work with what we've got here, and we're just trying to get through the episodes quite quickly because the mods seem to be coming out thick and fast, and we're wanting to do some progression. Obviously we're looking at this field here with soybeans. It does have weeds in it, so we need to get a sprayer and do that, and it also needs one more stage of fertilization, which we can do, no problem. But we did do some contracts. I did actually do a video just before this running through all the contracts, but obviously it never recorded any sound or anything, and the video was a bit messed up because we were back to OBS, but it's just a nightmare. Anyway, we did a stone picking on field 31. That was $6,100, $8,243 for bale wrapping on field 84, $8,018 for the parsnip harvest on field 25, which we actually got an extra $2,501 of harvest income from that, $5,172 for the mowing on field 11, $5,491 for sowing the canola in on field 31. Now, a bit of an issue with that one. We bought 2 bags of seed from the shop, loaded up the drill, we hired the equipment, took it out to the field, set a worker away with it, and it only, I don't know if it's a glitch or not, but it only used like 80 litres of seeds for the whole field, which doesn't seem right. But the issue with that is I completed the contract and completely forgot to empty the seeder back at the shop. So we lost both bags of seed. But I'm trying not to worry too much about that. And we also did a cultivating contract on field 6 with our own equipment. So our first contract with our own equipment, and that was $4,809 in total. So now we're going to do this last contract for, I was going to say today, but it's not today anymore now, is it? It's the next day. Let's jump to here, unfold this, and jump to this view. Right, we are going to go and get this loaded up. I don't like this swinging out onto the road. Right, we'll get this loaded up and we will see you guys in the morning. Probably start from the back of the pile, if I can reach that far. We'll give it a shot. I don't think this is going to work out the way I'm hoping. No, we can't, can we? Go back a little bit. I don't think this is going to work. No. Ah. That's why. Yeah, we're slowly getting the hang of this logging again. It's taken a minute, but it is coming back to us. There we go. Slowly but surely. Right, we are going to get this loaded up, taken over to the paper factory, and then we will complete this contract and we will have a little sleep, and we'll see you first thing in the morning, where we'll complete the contract. I think it's about $15,000 for the contract itself. There we go. Yeah, it's about $15,000 for the contract, but we're going to get this completed and we'll see you first thing in the morning. Well, now that's completed the cotton harvest and the wood transport. The wood transport is $15,550. Cotton, we got $31,199 left over cotton from the contract, and $19,825 from the contract itself. And we've just spent $31,500 on a new front and rear mower. It is from the K brand, so we can't mention the brand name. But that should be able to take on a few contracts. We did buy a pallet of weed killer as well, just in case contracts came up. We can rent a sprayer and go and do that. But first, let's go in here. We are going to purchase this farmland here. So it's $166,824. There is nothing in it just now. It has been harvested. We do need to plough it, but our plan is to put a crop in next year when the season comes round for it. But we do now own another piece of farmland. We still need to buy a combine. But obviously that's about $105,000 for that and another $30,000 for the header, so we can't get them both just now. But we do need a drill, and we do need a sprayer as well. Ideally a bigger fertilizer spreader, but the one we've got just now it's perfect really. It's not huge, but it does do quite a good working width. Right, let's take this back up to the farm. We'll drop this off. We'll see what other contracts there is to complete for today, and then we can get some ploughing done in our own field. So we'll see you in just a bit. Well, now that we've done a few more contracts, we've set a worker off in our own field doing some ploughing. So we'll let him get on with that. That's going to take quite a minute actually. The cotton harvester is still there, which we can actually run back down to the store and complete some contracts. And we're going to purchase 2 new bits of equipment as well. So let's jump in here, take this down to the store, and we'll see you there for the new purchase. Well, now we're here, we need to complete some contracts. So the harvesting, that cotton contract, minus lease cost, we've got $5,518 in total for that. And the 2 fertilizing contracts, $1,640 and $3,802, which leaves us with $146,939 in the bank. So let's go and make the purchase. Well, that is the purchases being made. So $83,620 for this Agco Alice 9785 tractor, and $58,500 for the Agromaz Drive 400. So this should allow us to seed slightly quicker than the one we originally looked at. And the only problem with this tractor is there's no front mount for any equipment. There's no 3-point linkage. So we're stuck with just weights only, but it has slightly more horsepower than our John Deere currently has. And we've purchased a bag of seeds because there is a contract. We will go and take a look at that just now. There's still one fertilizing contract, but it's not really worth much. So sowing contract, we've got a barley one. So instead of borrowing and spending $600 on leasing it, we can now accept this contract. And that is down on field 65. Where's that in the map? Oh, it's just across the bridge there. So we're going to go and do that barley seeding contract just now and leave that guy, the worker, up on our field ploughing away. Once we've done this contract, we will see what else there is we can do with this tractor and any of the equipment we've got that's not ploughing, and probably end the day there. So let's get going with this new tractor and seeder. Well, that's us just back from cultivating that field, so we can complete some contracts now. Hey, the cultivating one we just did on field 84, $8,439. We obviously used our own equipment there. This one, the fertilising, we rented the equipment because it was quite a big field. That is actually that massive Ferguson and the Amazon spreader there we used. So got it done quite quickly. $11,855 after the $400 lease cost, so that is not bad at all. And we've got $7,501 coming in soon for the ploughing on this field, which I think is maybe on the second last headland, or I think it's maybe close to that. So wait for him to finish, then we'll collect that money. But for now, we're going to head back to the farm. Or I say the farm, it's the field just now we've got. And we are going to look to purchase the shed that we're going to desperately need, because it's going to be winter next month and we need to kind of store everything away. We also need to get some sort of trailer or forklift so that we can move bags and pallets around as well, because at the moment we've got nothing to do that, and I don't want to leave that pallet sitting there while the snow comes and the cold temperatures. So let's go and see about getting the shed and see if we can get stuff stored. Well, we've now skipped into January. You will notice the money has dropped a little bit again. We did purchase the shed and all the equipment is stored away. Unfortunately, we didn't get the herbicide. There is another pallet, I'm pretty sure. There is fertilizer, isn't it? Yes. There's not much left in here, so I'm not too worried about it. 35 litres, that was all that was left over from all the fertilising contracts. But we took on the cultivating contract, which a worker's on just now up in field 24. We did lease that items from the farmer because it is quite a big field. And as you can see, it's been snowing all morning and still due for another couple of hours. So I'm hoping it doesn't lie. That's why I've borrowed the items, because it's a much wider working width of cultivator for the job. So hopefully it's done pretty quickly. But the only other contract we've got is the wood transport. And we have both of these. There is 19 trees to pick up and deliver to the paper factory, but having used both of these already, they're both quite easy to use, but this tractor is very slow indeed on any sort of hill. I don't know if it's just the weight of the high-up grab on it and the trailer hooked on as well, I don't know, but the truck is very, very quick. So we are going to go and take that, do this contract, get out of the way, get the money for it. We'll just need to check where it is actually. Right at the bottom. Right, okay. Right, let's go and get this one completed. Another one ticked off the list, and I think we're going to wrap up the episode there. It's not going to be a very long one, but it's just there's not really much to do when it's coming into the snowy season, and there's only so much contract you can do in a day as well. Right, let's head down and get this contract started off. We'll do a little bit of a time lapse just now between this and the cultivating. See, we're already up to 45, 50 miles an hour. So it is very quick indeed. We can complete this very quickly. But yeah, we'll do a little time lapse of this and then see what we've got for the end of this episode. Well, that really did not take long at all. So we're finished that. We'll go and get the wood processed into here, then we'll drive it back to the shop. And $25 of wood. I'm actually surprised we managed to get it all in one load, but it saves so much time rather than going back again. The machine is quick though, this truck, so it doesn't really make much difference if we're doing it in 2 loads or not, but we managed it in 1. So let's head back there, complete the contract, and we are going to take a run back to the yard and get some sleep. That's the second time that kind of car is pulled out right in front of me. It did it, you'll see it in the time lapse, it was just before this clip. It pulled out in front of me just after the bridge, heading down towards getting the logs for a start. But let's head back to the farm, we'll complete this contract, and that guy shouldn't be long till he's finished cultivating that field either. Then we can finish up this episode and jump into February. While we're here actually, we'll just complete the contract now just to make sure that other tractor does disappear. So $400 for the lease, $10,050 in total. That's the wrong button, I've never used that one before. Anyway, that tractor has disappeared as well, so that's good. Right, let's head back to the yard and we'll just wait for that guy to complete the contract. Well, that's the contract completed, so we will just go in here. I did notice as soon as we check this again, there's another Volvo come up for another wood transporting contract. We may do it, but it'll be in the next episode. But for this one, minus the $600 lease cost, he got it done quite quickly. We'd still be probably somewhere down here, about a quarter of the way complete. But $18,191 in the bank, so we just picked that up. We'll just quickly check the sale as well. What is that? Ah, harvester, parsnips, carrots and beets, red beets as well. And we don't have forage harvester. And we don't need that because we do have mowers now. So on that note, we're ending this episode, but we do have a few bits of equipment now. We've got the 2 mowers, we have the seeder, we have the new bit of land, and don't forget the Agco Alice tractor as well, and the shed. So we have had quite a few upgrades this episode. We are finishing with $41,300. So not a bad end to this episode, but we are going to go and hide from this weather because it's still ongoing. And by the looks of it, a few hours yet as well, so it may end up lying. But we'll leave the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon for the next one. Thanks for watching.